some of our past on
Everybody, my apologies for being here today. I'm not usually late. Today was a total anomaly. How are you? This one. Um, just to get started, I want to take a roll call just to make sure that everybody who is supposed to be here is here and not on the phone. So let's see. Gladys, yeah. Oh, we got Gladys? Perfect. Definitely. Alondra. That's the correct one. Mandy. Claudia. Okay. I'm going to get to know you as time goes on, but I know that this is a brand new class. There are some people who in class as well last semester. And then, yeah, so I know a few basics, but not everybody. I know that some of you are also in another class from the forum. Yeah. So, but I want to get to know your name and just and then for the rest of the class to know you too. We're going to be doing a lot of good work and it's really good to know each other. I remember one semester somebody said, "Oh, but I don't know anybody," and this is great. That's me, Charlie. So what's going on? So I think it's simply to know each other and know each other's names and you know, as you work together in groups before you get to know each other more better. I think it's good for all of us to know a little bit about you too. So what I'd like you to talk about is your name. Tell us what experience you have had with young children. If you are teaching correctly in either in childcare center or in a school, maybe you're in TA in a school, maybe you're in CEPA, do you know this? So these are special education for assistance. The they are very different from students. She is a teacher. She has worked in local kids, so I would have a bonus. So many times. So I was asked to ask the question. Doing the director of the child center, working with other groups, or maybe next week the past tomorrow. I think we're sure we're not tomorrow. Let's do a bit about yourself. And there's another activity I was going to ask you to do later on, what your mind styles are. But I just want to know what experiences you have bringing into this class. And, this how you are. So let's get started. We're going to get started with you. And I'm like thinking on you because we came in because I came in late too. So that's not the big thing, but you just was really bright and I would really love to just start with. So, all right, so say what your name is and then tell us your experience. Okay, my name is Mandy. I already been in Brazil of school for years. I work with kids some babies here for 15 years. I don't have any experience in Brazil yet. One of my kids' school told me that they were to hire me because they already know that I have my associate to work in a private school. But I wanted to see this, so I said no. And since I'm taking another campus every semester, I just wanna be done with this and start working with them on days. You said you don't have any experience, but have you done volunteer work? Oh, yes, yes, I always do. I usually do the superhero lecture because I have one of my kids is in pre-K right now. The other one is in second grade, and the other one is in grade six. So I have different age, and I usually work with my son's school because the oldest one he graduated from the school when my kids are right. Yeah, that's good. So, but volunteer work through skills, you know, experience, you're not there every day, but at least you are not really on it. Oh, yes, yes. So everybody, this is. Thank you, Glad. Okay. Malaya, how about you? Hi, I'm Malaya. It's good. I work at the daycare right here on campus. Any dogs is not that people all the time. So video people checking out. Also babysit, same kids, black siblings. In my organization, we this is for so it's community based, so we do a lot of kids programs and stuff. So I just go to school a lot. We work with things of that sort. So yeah, that's me. That's good. Are you still working with this semester? Yeah. Yeah, just actually on Friday we have one of our students that we call operating with that. We just them supply and take it to school. So that's this person. They only have to work day, yeah, so they just they don't even have one. Okay, let's go to Mandy.
Well, okay. My name is Mandy, and I'm currently working at the child care center, same as Malaya. I started working at the child care here, this past June, and I've been have experience working with toddlers and infants, and sometimes 2-year-olds in my old daycare since 21 of November to May of this year. Yeah, yeah. This June, yeah. After I was with my other daycare. Yeah. They stopped me this past May, so yeah. Then I had to find a new one, so I found here. Yeah. 5 for in the morning.
That was one sec. And then, one sec. Experiences I've had in outside of school, usually before summer camps, to sometimes like after school or in the summer. So did you do that this summer? I did. But I usually do it with my church. They have like a summer camp and things. So are you talking this fall or that just work that just high school? This fall, I'm not sure. Gonna play by ear. Yeah. Um, Hi everyone, I'm Manondra. I actually work at a children's learning center. I work with ages from 15 months to preschool. Yeah, I've been there for a good 3 years, I think. So you just work from room to room or? Yeah, I take over because the assistant teachers have like a day off, so I just go into whatever class is off. Does that happen every day? Yeah.
Oh.
Yes, every day is something new. My name is Alexandra Robert Alex. I don't have experience in education environment yet, but I do have experience in civil family. I've done little things. They're young. You have to tell them. Yeah. For adults and some of the it's like 4.5. So it starts at 6:45. It's like the same thing after school, so that's positive. So is it 9 o'clock? It's so the first shift is like 6:45 to 9. They start at 9, but they have to walk at 9. Yeah. Up to 6 o'clock. Although many parents have yeah, it's a lot of stuff. 6 o'clock. I think there was something who was one of this and I mean she has a very booming business. Which is shift. So she takes children. But that's it. I think of then that was about the school. You know that. How many, for example, how many students are and that all of them, which you have with a teacher. So what helped you? Also, they don't want to teach. That's so interesting. So, what do you think? Well, that's what a little bit from you a lot. If you told me you're from an international student, you have to tell me a lot about what's happening in Korea. So welcome to the United States. So that's what I'm thinking. Yes. I'm Bethany Goodman, and teach at a preschool in Evanston. It's called School for Little Children. The school is celebrating its 90th year this year, so I guess they've been doing something right. And it's the start of my 13th year there. I was an assistant for 5 of those years and lead teacher for the other 8 years of teaching. But our model is we have co-leads, so that is a nice way to do it. I plan and lead activities for a week, and my co-teacher takes the next week, so we alternate. And I've learned a lot. I have a bachelor's in psychology, but I do not have a teaching license. So I'm here to learn more. I think we did get some point. I'm always trying to figure out. Yes, I was trying to figure out if I should go for the master's degree that is new for Northeastern, certified in teaching, and I decided to just stay the course and go for the license right now because I already have 9 credits in, and if I went for the master's, would have to retake all of that credit, and I don't have it in. I did. I don't feel like. Yes. It was a hard decision, but I'm happy. Right, so that's currently I'm master's. So how long? Wow, for 2 years. What would that be? From our company? So, did you work in school or different positions? Yeah, so I worked for a while in the defense. I didn't know how to those. So I know something from You read this one? Just one point.
So, and I am currently working at currently tutor course, so I specifically focus on this math. So that's why I look at the event. So I currently just focus on math, but since I don't have my roster, can't start. So currently I just help the third, so I do I register the students, so I make them like their ID documents, then so I computer stuff. But I'm actually working with children down to 16. So I started at the daycares. Obviously it was like a year for each of them. So I used to float there. I used to work with infants, toddlers, and school. So I used to be everywhere. And then there's a daycare I started working at here. And I started working at CPS as a parent worker because I have a son. Sorry, I should have said that first. I have a 9-year-old son. So it's kind of the reason why I spent so I knew I always wanted to work with children, but I just never really had the ability to go to school. Now I'm here 2 years in, and yeah, I at the CPS started with the pizzas and lunch. So I used to be a monitor. So I used to help them with lunch, help them get to their seats, and I am currently doing that as well right now. So I'm kind of like everywhere. So I know a little bit about the thing, and my principal knows I like to learn, so it kind of puts me like everywhere. It was like challenge, like in the parent time, that like they don't know that they know how. So technically, my position changed for this school year. I am considered a full-time worker. But I, we can see the reason why.
So if you teach at 4, what do you do at 4? That's really, I think that's the point. No idea. Because I did some consulting for this year. But I know that that is starting from.
Yes, I mean, our school didn't have math for the tutors, and now this year we do. Amazon's the only one doing it. So honestly, I just know I took some training, but I'm still in taking training. But as like the whole process, I'm not sure how. You, I'm not sure how.
So when you have your roster, because I tried to see,
Yeah.
when you have your roster, what do you?
So when I get my roster, I have to kind of, well, like I tell my kids, you need to know the kids first, because you need to get them first. And then I kind of have to see where they're at. So I think it's great. But I think it's what is that?
Mm.
Yes, that's.
Mm.
I'm from grade friend. So I just volunteered, but I've been working on it. Not really that.
Mhm.
I know that you. How did. So what attracted? I guess I used to do like volunteer work, like kind of like like this is like your kind of up to business, volunteering at school, and I realized, oh my god, over your work for 6 to 8 years, but now I try to do school.
Mhm.
Great, thank you so much for sharing about yourself. My name is Dr. Rachel. It will be a pleasure to see you. So this is my 25th year in office.
Yeah, we all have that. It's on each well, so please don't fix, don't say, oh, you know, I have passed the 5%. Wait for you to just. You do not mention license. So no one's to just the noise. Without a license has it. When I do a test, water is here, but it will not. So we are the first. The next is the actually walking. Many birds. So have it. So you know that also don't have birds or so that the once someone so you don't want that. So change states. One best, but best all of the college. Thomas trying to fight. So do I really think I not anyone make sure that they're going to do workshops or training or test prep and all of that so that by the time you finish the institute, so let's take that as example. So thank you so much for sharing with me about this thoughts. I just about this thing. I think firstly, some of us were looking at laptops, but I was just, my laptop so that everybody could see.
So what's that? Funny. This is our syllabus. I'm going to see that. This is for 2024. And so this is where we're going to have the classes. This location. Pages are on Tuesdays, 4:15 to 6:55. This is our textbook. I don't have a physical textbook because this textbook is open source. So what that means is that it's been written for college students to consume as needed. So with open source books, they usually don't go through the same rigorous publication processes. So we use the particular there were just some days of especially because some things in literacy education has changed in terms of knowledge of what really happens in the brain. Children are learning to read. So they didn't follow that anyway. Remember spending quite some time watching it. But those books also these people are aggressive. So these are the standards and these are standards that are national just said by the National Association for the Education of Young Children. That's what NACE stands for. And the IPES standards are standards that they are new standards that the state of Illinois require of teachers so that Illinois will education standards. So these are our learning outcomes. So we need to demonstrate the knowledge of theoretical and practical knowledge of the accomplishment of other learning development. So, and we need to identify and discuss the stages of other university development. We're going to be able to demonstrate the knowledge of reading methods and selection of a variety of appropriate materials for reading instruction. We want to demonstrate the ability to plan for remedial and extra challenging learning needs in a reading classroom on the basis of diagnostic assessment. So that's one of the things that we call realization. We just with math, but this is going to be with literacy. And then also demonstrate the ability to adapt methods in the reading classroom to meet the needs of exceptional children and children who are this. Also, we want to demonstrate the ability to develop a series of lesson plans and activities to support various foundational learnings of reading and implement a variety of lessons. Implement a variety of lessons for various stages in college. So we're going to cover these learning outcomes in this course in a variety of ways. Okay, so this is the conceptual framework for the college. This one here. It's reflective. We do a lot of reflection in our courses. It's also collaborative. We're going to be doing a lot of group activities, just to help each other learn. We all learn different things, and I recognize that some people prefer to just for themselves, but as a teacher, you're going to be doing a lot of collaboration. Whichever school you are, I'm going to be doing a lot of collaboration and working with other teachers. So it's important to develop that skill. And then we're going for transformation, about teaching and working with children who might be struggling in the classroom and who, you need to see all your kids, not just a couple of people, but you need to see all of them. There was a year that I was, in fact, one of the years when I was doing consulting at 6 years, there was this one little girl, kindergarten girl. She was very quiet and she was sitting in front of the teacher, when she has all the time, she would be there. She was either in front or at the back. She was on the country back. And she was extremely quiet. She said absolutely nothing. But it was a very large class. And at the end of the school year, this was before June, the teacher found out that this little girl, not only did she not know her alphabet, the alphabet, with all of her things. Not only did she not know that, she only knew just two letters, and those were her initials. That's it. And that was one. She was telling me, how could I have missed this? How could I have missed that she wasn't money? Because she was very quiet. There were other kids also who were there who were loud. You know me, you know how you they say uh sleeping with the grace. But because she was so quiet, she just thought that she was quiet. It wasn't managing. So I remember taking her and just really trying to do like that on school, which I know what that I was something like that. 26 letters and just tried to it's too late. What was there? So I'm saying this because description wasn't learning but she was so she probably some social work. Even like that time, they was the school was but it was just one social work just one social work so you have to from that getting sources because so we want to go for transformation. We want to make sure that we see everybody, all your students that you are paying attention to, the ones that are destructive or to the ones that we are very quiet. Quiet ones are the ones that need the most. But we can tell them coming for your attention, so you can just don't use them. So try to transform your class and make sure that you pay attention to your students in the classroom. Okay, so these are our tasks for this semester. So for attendance and participation in professional, it will be 30 points for each class. Each class attendance and it's for a total of 50%. So the assignments are related. They have different weights depending on the assignment. For attendance and participation for the professional 10%. So this can easily drop to a B if you don't do this. So make sure that you're here. We're meeting for most of the semester. There are only 3 days of it. So there's not a number. It's one-time mode. Let me just like that. So last semester I had a grade class. We are meeting more this time so that we can cover content for here. There are some times that we will not meet several days, at least 3 classes. So make sure that you're here because we want to be able to provide content on the internet that everybody will take this classroom. They will be a little bit about. So if you cannot get a participation rate, if you are not in class, you can make a zero. So just then for the first paper you are going to do for me is only the question paper. And it's going to be about 2 to 3 pages. Here, I'm going to be describing your own early childhood experiences in learning how to read in school. So one of the things that we find out about reading is that we, you know, it's just and it's all my husband. So so you can see but that's not so. And most of the time, especially with reading, it depends on what activity. If your parents have been reading to listen to what want, by the time you are 2 or 3, we're going to begin to enjoy books. You would like to read to you. You may not be able to read yourself. You may like the pictures. You may like somebody to put you on their lap, bounce you up and down if you're a child. But enjoy the experience of being with an adult, especially your parents, and enjoy that process and enjoy my pictures and turning pages. That time you are 2.5 and 20 pages, you enjoy people with you. But not every child has an experience. And what I want you to think of when you have a classroom like that is if they don't know it yet. Doesn't mean that they do not have the ability to know it. It's just that they don't have the exposure. They have not had experience. So your goal now is thinking, how am I going to get them there? And then for the ones who are already reading, you have to think of, okay, what can I do to challenge this thing? You already know how to read. What can we do to help advance their skills? And therein lies the conundrum for every teacher. Every kind of teacher. Just think about the swimming teacher too. Well, the kids may come in, there may be some kids who maybe maybe have to hold a little bit, maybe you know, okay, you need to hold your breath when in the water. But they get to that levels. So they're not all at the same level, but how can we help those who don't even know thing about any of this effort to get to that point where is will be okay. So that's one of the things you'll find about reading. You'll find it about math. You'll find it about all kinds of subject areas. Students are at different places. So the mindset is, okay, this person doesn't understand. It doesn't have any. So for your early reading reflection paper, I want you to talk to me about yourself. What was your experience learning how to read? And who helped you? You need to try and recall as much as you possibly can. I want you to know from what happened from first grade to second grade. You may not remember what happened to you as a child. Whether somebody read to you, whether somebody didn't read to you. I always tell people, call home, talk to your mom and find out, what happened at home. Did they read to you? Did they not read to you? What happened? But you will usually remember your kindergarten class. Even if you don't remember anything else, you will remember your kindergarten class, your teacher, and what happened in the classroom. Even if you don't remember anything else, you will remember that. And so I want you to recall that, and I want you to use the questions that I put in here as advice for you. So where did you attend school during early childhood, from pre-K to second grade? How did you learn to read? What is your favorite memory about learning to read? Some people just have good memories about learning to read. That because they felt at them, or the thing they should have known and they don't know. And that's why we need to be different in the students. Many times, parents I think you should already know this, and I'm going to you. But for us as teachers, we know that it's exposure. If you don't have exposure, you don't know. Many things I don't know because I never had exposure to those things. So it's just having that mentality, a very different mindset. So we need to try and find out more about that. What is your favorite memory? What is your least favorite memory about learning to read? What was some community literacy practices, experience growing up? So community practices. As an example, don't change Josie talked about maybe working with our church, some of the things there. So that would be a community experience. Some other people, they work maybe in an after-school program. That could be an experience. So it's not happening at home, but it's happening after school hours. So that would be a good community experience. But we have a bunch of things at the gym. So another question is how did these practices build your technological awareness? So that is your ability to hear sound. And did your teacher have any specific impact on you when you are learning to read? So think about the teacher. If you don't remember anything else, or your first grade teacher or your second grade teacher. Then also describe the positive or negative impact. Teachers have a positive impact, children and most of the people have very negative impact. So you have to, that's one of the things you have to ask yourself too. What kind of teacher do I want to be? Do I want to have a positive impact on my students, or do I want to have a negative impact? So, and what does that mean? So, what are the things that you should be asking yourself, future teacher? Then also, for the teachers that you've had at school, think about how they responded to so closely learned. And I put that in quotation marks because, as I mentioned, the fact that the child doesn't understand, doesn't know something, doesn't become the next words. It just means that they have not as a useless to it. So the reaction to the so-called learning has been very negative. People. What did you decide about? Shut down. That's shut down. There's something in the brain that shuts down. It's set up. So I had a very bad experience, especially in the classroom. That limbic system shuts down. So it becomes impossible, difficult to begin to take much of so we want to find out what doesn't seem to be learning. Is this something you did, or is this something something to the school. Yeah. Anxiety. Obviously the trauma, all these things can shape our things. Right? It becomes a wall. It's like a firewall between yourself. So as a teacher, my job is to try to find out what's happening to that child, what's causing that shutdown. How can you draw that child out? Make your classroom facilities. Child. So that's so for you. I want you to think about yourself. I have learned a little bit about you, about where you work, but I don't know your experiences. I'm just glad you're here. Because that tells me a lot. All of you, that's all. I mean, up to this point, you decided to college to continue your education. So tell me a lot about you. What you have to teach. So I want to know about the learning experience. That's something. And we have all these aspects of you too. Try to teach what you do. So what something that you come from, experience well, whatever. So those are I want to try and so tell me about your experiences in this. So all these questions are targeted for you to express that which you wish to. So so this assignment, or there is another part to this assignment, and the second part to this is that based on the responses that we have to those questions, and don't do a Q&A, like the questions there and then answer them. Just a post, just an essay. You can use all the questions, they're just guiding questions. You don't have to use all the questions. But based on just what has happened in your own reading experience, how would your experience influence you as a teacher in your classroom? Let's assume that you had a very good experience. Most of the time, when you had a good experience, you want to just pass it along. Very enthused, so they want to do really well. But if you had a negative experience, well, guess what? It's my own aptitudes and the negative experiences. So it's hard for you to think into this so that you have it. No, but so do that. Some people who have pregnant, they just have to know. That's the next time. That's the I didn't need to experience. I have to make sure that that's just so all the things like that's it. So this 2 Fridays. Okay, so that's so it's not so uh, assignment is things that you observe. And I know working full time, I'm working full time, but it's intended to learn for the teacher. So there's a workaround that I heard for this assignment. If you're working in a school, for example, you that if you for an assignment like this, I would provide if you don't use a classroom, when you work process or general classroom, where you can observe the teacher. Just to be business. So I needed to do an activation for about 20 minutes to find out just write a summary of the lesson, the process of the lesson. It needs to be a literacy lesson or an activity that the students are doing. So you need to write a summary of the lesson, process of the lesson, the children's engagement with the lesson, while the teacher is teaching it, especially with the activity that has been done by the teacher. And based on your observations of the classroom, I needed to create a checklist and provide examples of all the literacy accomplishments that you observed in the class. So we'll be using medium rockets in addition to our sensible. So let me try to look at this. And so I'm going to take you to the page. You see the okay, so this is reading rockets. So if you click on that link, then it's going to take you to this page, and it tells you the literacy accomplishments of kindergarten students. And you're going to see all the literacy accomplishments. Yeah. And so what I want you to do is to look at the literacy accomplishments that are here. So you won't see all of these accomplishments in the students that you're going to be observing, but you're going to see some. Because it's a kindergarten classroom. So you're going to see that some of them know kinds of and functions. For example, when you integrate speech text, right inside. So how to once it gets to that. Into that base that kindergarten is double match that. To that so by skills. That's it. So see what is also remember so I'm going to teach them something to write so that's a skill that I think you'll bring. So they'll know some of them will be able to track rates already, but they're already there. Some of them they read it just from the text. We say read because actually just and also just be able to track it, not from reading from print, and then some of them will be able to recognize things like name or properties letters. So you see many of these skills, but once you finish your observation is to go back to your observations of that process of this process. What to make checklists based on this, and what to tell what skills, what strategy. So once you download the site well, download it to your so that now let's move on to the next, and this is on points to essential. Yes, thank you for asking that. So for those of you not going to school because you're working for the day and other opportunities, there are some opportunities that doesn't just search for that classroom where it was that there are some that are small that you can observe, but you are going to see progress. So that's the work around. What page I put that word so yeah, right. Make the 1 hour this task. So if you're working in a school chapter center that has that classroom, I know that there are 5%, but usually it stops at this. So some any other questions? And what if you use YouTube videos, you still have to go back to reading markets and use that to see, because I want to see those students, some of the students will exhibit some of those milestones that you see. So that this activity is through concept. Then this assignment has to do with assigning formal assignment to the child. So one of the things about education is that we need to use students reading, especially reading, math. Those are two things. But for most students, two major grades. So assessment becomes not that some people are just some issue yes. Otherwise, you won't be able to
That's your child. Also have to okay. So assessment becomes how much, but how many steps have since last one? So it's not to that and so up the one. That is this. So this is two of those. Trying to find if you can't do it, it means you have to go back and maybe try other things and your strategies to try to do it. So I use the same, especially with science and also so 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 assessment is very strong. So for this particular assignment, we are going to do an informal assessment of the child. You can begin to think about that child now before we get to this assignment. And it can be a child in the first, child school or teacher. It can be a child from community. So I know some of you said which that's not that would be your community. Who would be maybe in the kindergarten class or in the first grade class or second grade class. Some of the more which are present. That's a good place to start. Maybe 5-year-old in the school work with somebody to make direct to the school. So one of the I know that somebody helped some of those students also this year. Able to assess the child. The one was school. So anyway, if you're going to have trouble with this assignment, please let me know as soon as possible. But I need you to try first. Try it. Please know what you do. And I know that if they have those that so it will help you to find the child. So for all of you who are Americans and who live here, you should make an effort. And also work with your other classmates too, because some people would actually want to the school. And this one, that's might be a really good person to help find somebody. So be her friend. Bring her candy so she can help you. I think that they know too. So, okay, so that's this assignment. So what I want you to do with this assignment is that you need to identify a child. You need to, when you do your write up, you need to state the age of the child. You need to provide written of the child.
You need to describe the family background of the child. You also need to think about the community or the cultural context of the child. So, for example, with that, what's this job community like? And the reason we ask that is because sometimes just even the ability for a child to work it's not just part of access texts of church. What is it? So you have to talk to us. Then also, what are the literacy resources that are available to church? So, what's the child, for example, they have their just is that they're very far. That's just it's going to take 1 or 2 buses just to get to a library. It's going to be hard to access books, especially if they're in the center. So some parents buy books as a something that they do for their children. Or not open those two. And that is why the library is very so the library gets library card and which of all the books use reading training. So it's just this ability to be able to go to a library, get a book, go home, But those are all the types of activities that actually help students to engage. But if they don't have that exposure on various different those are things that not. So you want to describe that as a child, describe how the child is engaged in literacy activities at home or in community and at school. And then C, likely to use today's edition of the developmental indicators of basic literacy skills as demos is an assessment tool. So it's an assessment tool that we use in the school system. Different schools use different assessment tools, but this one is free. And you can download it, read it them, see the booklet, and how you will assess this. I'm going to post a video that will show you how you actually assess this. And these basic skills of reading after the read because the child knows the letters. The uppercase, and I will tell you that even uppercase and lowercase letters, you have to teach them to kids. It's not automatic. When they read this ABC, PhD, and then they get elemental P. Elemental P is like 2 letters, like 1 letter. So, so you hear them sing that song, elemental P, and it's like 1 letter to them. Before they actually learn that, so, so this is so test code that offers this
to say, oh, yeah. Just people we're going to they have provisions. What they have to do. That's this test very simple test and so it almost it finds if you get to a point of the test, you're the choice. So that's about this test. And so once you finish the test, you have to now go to test your scores. And you have to identify the child's areas of strength and the child's areas of support. How this affects this child. You know, this child knows all the letters, but not the sounds. So you know right there, okay, it's important. This child on the letters, you know, child is can actually reach letters and carry and be practice. What they've done is they scramble the letters so they're not in sequence. So you will not be getting LMNOB on that test because they scattered around the page. It's been scrambled. So like the L is on one side and the N is on one side and the M is on another side. So the child will really need to show that they're actually know. So that will really tell you that child. And then once you figure that out, you now try the alphabet or the sounds of the alphabet and or maybe they do the sounds and they do the letters because maybe they do they just those sounds, maybe that's very good. So you identify the script of it. It's similar to what you're going to be doing in math. It's like that you're going to be picking to now. So yes, we can do it. So somebody tried to work with it by me one semester. He was very frustrated with that, and it didn't work very well. Yeah, so maybe just if we want to do bilingual, we're going to use a totally different test because bilingual students they don't usually test them on the school system, so they use a different test called access. And so that's the kind of test that we use. This one is different, so and this person was my nephew, and she had a very, very difficult time completing that test. So I suggest you doesn't use that.
Right, so that's about that test. Now, what I would like you to do after all of that is that you're going to submit the raw scores. So as I check in to see, okay, can they say the submit or say like, you're going to submit all of the raw scores and then your analysis, and then a plan for remediation. So what that means is that you're going to analyze based on the assessment that you've done, that, oh, okay, I can see that the child knows all the letters, but when the child goes to the site, getting very frustrated and had to stop the test. And that tells me that child needs more work in this area. And then also, the sounds, not be a few and doesn't know everything. And then what will be your plan for remediation? How are you going to help this child in the area of struggle? So that's what that is. So it will open your eyes to many things about children learning how to do, because that's where we start, from this foundation skills. Now, you are going to do something more with this assignment, but that's coming in the next assignment, and that is for the literacy portfolios. Because the student that you assess, what I would like you to do is to now create 3 lessons that you are going to use to remediate the areas that the child is solving. So let's assume that the child doesn't know all the letters on the alphabet, or maybe the child knows all of the uppercase letters, but we struggle with the words. That will be an area of recognition. And so let's look for activities that we address the area. What are these activities that will keep up this child with through steps? Letter codes is a great tool that do letter sorts, that are different similarities. That one to the lesson to work together. And scavenger hunts for letters. Help me look for letter, the one case A or something like that. So just really engage in activities, not paper and pencil activities, but really engage in activities that jumping on letters, or doing some kinesthetic, something that would get the child moving, not just sitting. So that is so these 2 assignments, the assessment and the literacy activities, this sort of they're together in tandem. So you do one first and then the other, because you need to, for you to do the literacy activities, you need to have done the assessment. That means you need to know the child. And that means that you've done the test, you've done the analysis of the test, and you know where they're struggling. So because you know where they're struggling, you know that, okay, so that the 3 activities in the program range. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. All right. Then, so, and as I said, the literacy portfolio, they're going to ensure that your literacy activities are related for the students, so that the student can see that, okay, I'm struggling with this area. These are the words. These are the ways I can find this skill. That includes games, includes songs or jingles, poems, so and some digital tools that you can use. Okay. And then you need to list some suggestions for parents. So what are some activities that parents can do at home to help that? And make sure that it's something that's really engaging, not asking them to sit on the chair. Because at the end of the day, sometimes parents just stick an iPad in front of them. They look for that. We don't want that. We want parents to be engaged. Go look for something, around the house or something. That's something that can really be very beneficial. So, uh, so, if you have, if there are any concerns around the, the activities, then we need to state that and, provide some context. So all of these, we need to submit all of them at once, and they need to be submitted on Friday, the 22nd. So remember, this is the run things we can carry out. I want you to make sure that you're thinking about this assignment so that you don't go to your Thanksgiving or not have this. Then we're going to have 2 online discussions, and so each of them carries 50 points and 5% of the grade. So both of them together are 100 points and 10%. So we will have some days when we're not going to be in class. And when we get to the schedule, you are going to see that. On those days, it's not a free day for you. So, so yes, it was. So, I'm going to that's based on the chapter. Right. First, to check your first post. That initial post is Tuesday. And then to look for prayer response. Prayer response. So all prayer responses. All initial posts to input Tuesday so that you can put it to respond to the Wednesday, Thursday, to see if there's everything there. You just need to respond to one person. That's it. That's to respond to the class. However, if the designer to respond to the wrong class, that's okay too. So, but you should respond to at least one here. But you can also respond to all three. So, yeah, so all right. So that's about the online discussions. And then the last assignment is the group lesson. And the group lesson is the lesson. This is a methods course. And so we're going to be doing quite a number of activities. Okay, so we talk about influence, what are these which we teach classroom. That's the presentation. Work together, groups, to look at that, and come up with activities that do class and just type of activities too, so that you know this activity addresses that. This activity addresses that or not. This activity that addresses that, but it's not appropriate. Then we need some for something else. So we're going to be doing that so that at least you know the kind of activities towards there are best activities for many of those skills. So when you go and do your wellness support videos, you can adapt some of these activities. What you cannot do is just what you and please don't tell AI to think about activities. I think for me, when when I see something online or maybe I'm actually just really thinking creatively, I think that's what I enjoy the most actually. Because by the time I finish, it's totally different from what I saw. The attention, but now will be a trigger for respond as I continue to look at it. Still, those ideas are it becomes very different from this. So, people have to face it, we will see it. So, um, so for your group lesson, you are going to, there are 17 of you in class. So groups of 4 or 5 students, and we're going to work together on a lesson plan that you're going to do us. So you're going to teach a lesson to us. We are going to be the kids and get this. Yes. Kind of work with each other, and I know that people can divide us as well, but make sure that all of us are working together. So if somebody is turning in something that's not appropriate for your topic, you need to say, this doesn't look like topic that's appropriate. So remember, you're in group, you're all getting the same grade. So you want to make sure that there's nobody in your group who's turning in something that should have turned. So one of the things that I remember was that somebody had used a tool that it was a very nice game that was used during the group activity, and there were some problems with that. Incorrect information, and it was exactly would have given that information like correct. So they're going to go through that. So you want to be able to look at the activity. So look at what everybody is turning in. What you can see to make sure that it's correct, accurate, and then you review. Sometimes activities like this may not be accurate, not be correct. So kind of work together with each other to see whether it's correct information or not correct information. So make sure that everybody's turning the appropriate instead for your. So and that's 150 points, and it is 100%. So it carries the most percentage. The points may be lower, but it has the biggest weight. So for the whole group, you are going to have 100 points, and then I want each person to reflect on the activity once you're done. So your reflection needs to be just, okay, what did I learn from this activity? What are some things that I'm going to do differently if I were to do this again? So you need to put all that. We are going to have all those presentations back on the 3rd of December. That's our last class. So if you don't come that day, you might not get this grade. So make sure that you are here and that you are here to present. So just don't get a grade, you cannot get unless there are. All right. So all of the points are 100 and 1,160 points and percentage. All right. So here are the okay, so I have this here. So one of the caveats is that when people do group work, I've been here a long time. I've been part of group work. As my own children, now adult children, have been part of group work. And I have to tell you that group work can be a personal lesson. it can be a blessing in the sense that you're working with people, you are sharing ideas, you are bouncing ideas back and forth with each other, everybody's throwing up their ideas out. But where it can become a curse is when somebody is not fulfilled. So you have 4 people in the group, 3 people are working really well, and first or something. So that can be very difficult. Because I've already divided up the activity, you can, you know, you're in that share of the work. You are hoping that that literature in that. So that is where the problem is. So I give you permission to kick off out of your group somebody who is not. And once you have to do this all by yourself, also get it. That is my work around for people. Because I've had so many bad experiences, well, not me personally, but students have had so many bad experiences. You think, oh, by the end of class, they'll be, they'll be able to get up and turn in part of their work, and they're just not there. So, I give you that permission. Do that. Just let me know before we come to class, because very often, many times, I don't know what to students who are struggling. It's like have this big course. So just with that in mind, I know it was once upon a time that has actually that. So it's not any work that you can have. Yes. But and it was very effective too. So that's my work around it. Don't do anything with teeth. So I'm hoping that everybody is going to work together. So one of the things I'm going to require from you at the end is for you to do a peer review of your groupmates, people that you have worked with, to see how the report to see the different they're working. So that is the thing about the report. Sorry to be there. And it happens every single one. But we're different people. All right. So let's look to the schedule. So this is the schedule down here. So we find that today, we're on campus today. We're looking at the syllabus. Maybe we'll talk more about this down the road. And in some days we'll do break. But if you need to do that, please go ahead and just do that. And then week 2 is next week. We will be on Zoom next week. So you don't have to be on campus for this class. We're going to be on Zoom next week. I'll be traveling, and by the time I get back, it will be time for class. So I will not be able to drive to campus for the class. So I'm just going to sit down as soon as I get home, and I'll be able to have class on Zoom. And again, what we're going to do next week is theoretical. So now, so that's next week. Your first assignment, which is early reading reflection paper, will be due the Friday. Remember, next week is Tuesday, so it's going to be due on Friday. So all assignments are due on Fridays except for your online discussions, because your initial post for that is Tuesday, and then the final, your PR response is due on Friday. So, but every other assignment is due on a Friday. So just keep that. And then, so for week 3, we're on campus. We're going to be here. And I put over here all the essential questions that we're going to be trying to address. And then for week 4, we have asynchronous class, which means that we are not here. That's what asynchronous means, that. But even though we are not there, you'll be working. I'm going to be working on chapter 3, which is about freedom. Okay, so I'm going to give you the DQ, which is a discussion question. And your first post, your initial post, your individual post will be due on Tuesday, September 10th. And the response to it here will be due September 13th. And then with 5, we're here again. And please don't mind this. I tried to get rid of the yellow, but for some reason I just couldn't. So it doesn't mean anything. Yes. If you back up to week 4, okay. So it says week 4 is the September 17th class. It's asynchronous, but then the assignment is due a week earlier. Is that correct? On September 10th? The initial post? That's the, or is that, I thought, did you notice that I stopped when I got there? Yeah, and it's because I had moved it up here before. I see. And then I just brought it down. Right. And, can you see where I completely understand. Exactly. So let's just change it right here. Okay. So these days that are asynchronous are the days that we must make our initial post. Exactly. Yes. Exactly. So let me get the 17th set up at 7. Yes. So that's what I'm going to. Yes. So this is going to be the 17th. Got it. So that's 17. And then your peer response then will be 2 on the Friday after. So that is the what? This one. Okay, thank you. I'm glad you got that. But you can see that I also felt it's like, wait, there's something wrong here. But anyway, yeah. So it will be the 17th and then the Fridays when you will. Now the next one, that's the 24th. It's going to be, we're going to be here on campus. And so we're going to be and the 22nd will be when the celebration will to. That's the report when. And then with 6, there is no assignment there. We're on campus. With 7, we're on campus. With 8, we're on campus. With 9, October 22nd is asynchronous. That means we're not going to be here that day. But then you'll have enough to your second. And so your DQ for that will be due on the Tuesday, your initial post. And then your response will be due on the Friday, which is 20th. So then the 29th, we're on campus. On the 5th of November, we're on campus. The 12th of November, we're on campus. This is where your, the Friday after is when your assessment will be due. And that is November 15th. And the 19th, we're on campus. The 26th is going to be a week of Thanksgiving. And so the first portfolio basically, what you have to do is like, one for September 17, the best ones.
Election. The school is closed for election day.
Yeah. Which is that?
November 5th.
Yeah. Oh, that.
The campus is closed.
Yes, I remember. I don't know that.
Usually we're here meeting on campus when the school is closed.
So it must be right. So I will have to choose that thing. I think there was an election day and. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that is. That is story. So I'll see. uh, This is gonna be everyone here on the 12th. So, okay, that will not be a class, but. We could do something synchronously. So you may not do it to just be an assignment. Right, my family members. So we'll have to work on that. Oh, we need to talk about comprehension skills. Because I is a very key part. That's be able to read that and you get to read. So that's a big area. Yeah, they'll wait for you and look as it goes, and then you ask questions about the passage. It's like they're not even, you don't even know that they have read something. So we need to address comprehension. So I'm going to make adjustments to that. So in terms of class policies, I want you to be familiar with all our class policies. So attendance policies here. So I expect people to be here unless you have an extenuating circumstance why you can't come here. So for class, so keep that in mind. There are all adults, and I do know that what happens to all of us, just one person, but all of us who experience that. But I hope it is not an all the time thing, because then I'll be questioning why. So sometimes we can have one or two things happen to us, but cannot be an all the time thing. Then that really is a lot. So please leave it. So in terms of participation, so I want you to come here engaged and active. I want you to be talking just not for your small group where you are, but also the whole group as well. So try to come with a lot of just thoughts, things I never seen. You know, I know some of you are not working in the school right now, but some of you are. But you have also seen what the kids, and you also seen those differences in children. I want you to bring your experience to this class. Just speak up and share. I would like you to maintain professionalism, you know, attitudes and the ability to handle conflict and feedback appropriately, constructive criticism as well as conflict. You need to be respectful. All of us, everybody. Now, make work policy. I have this. So, turning your work on or before the due date. So, I'm going to create a list assignments folder. So, what that means is
anything that goes into that this assignments folder, if it's more than a week, I'm not going to touch it. So that turning in there for a reduced rate. However, you have to see, you can tell me if you're going to turn in an assignment, just, or, you know, as soon as we get into class, tell me what you do. But if you don't turn it there, if you don't have time to do it, not committed to doing it, or something else happens, like you are not going to be able to just start. It's not an MP. Each one reports everything that we want. Reports dates, time, reports everything. So, so please go in and just turn it there. And turn in an assignment that you don't have, but don't do it like 2 minutes before. 10 minutes before it's due. Or log in at 11 o'clock. Oh, I have 10 minutes. You are going to have a mental block. That's what typically happens. So just think about parts of an assignment and which one you start with. Let's do one first and then do one and do the next one. You don't have to sit down and do everything all at once. Try and just do the 2 pieces of the assignment so that I'm trying to be really good at it. Don't wait for 2 minutes to just start from looking at the point. Okay. That's the time. So, but might as well do something. I can't do my son, so I'm gonna put my kitchen. So, okay, so then and then class etiquette. So please do not dominate the discussion, irrespective of other people's ideas. Disagree with points respectfully, offer a different point of view respectfully, dress appropriately, no meals during class time. And by meals, I mean please don't buy spaghetti and bring it to class. Yes. You're going to have a snack, have a stop snack. Don't worry about it. Sure. So, what else? Yeah, so for you to earn your points, you need to participate and make sure that your point is decided. And then to submit your materials, make sure it's something that's open. So that means that it needs to be board. Turn it in to the folder as a Word document. If you did it on Google, you can always download it as a Word document and upload it. So, what else? That's really the majority of it. So please don't plagiarize, as I mentioned. The university has given us tools to be able to figure that out. I would not like to use it, you know, sounding like it does not sound so. So incomplete grades for our college, we do not give you an incomplete grade. I remember the one thing who said, this it was during our time this one changed. So look, you all are giving so many incompletes. These are the only 2 things that will allow me to approve an incomplete. Either the person is having a baby or the person is dying. I mean, she was that raw. So anyway, all of us now have it in our minds that, okay, that's awesome. And remember, if you are going to have an incomplete grade, it will be because
And next time, maybe circumstance, I think we have had done the majority of, and not, like, 3 or 4 results maybe. And then you have all the references. So, thank you for going through this with me, because I'm glad for those areas are we caught. Um, because you can see that I myself stopped. So that's really good. And then I'll adjust the comprehension, that section as comprehension. We may work that week, but it may not be on election day. We're not going to be campus, but you may need to do something asynchronously for that. Because again, comprehension is a very important skill for learning how to read. So we have all these foundational skills, but they all lead to comprehension. The most critical of all the skills build up to that comprehension. So it's a major skill that you need to learn how to teach. So we need to learn about strategies to encourage comprehension. And so we won't be in class, we will do it asynchronously, but I'm going to look for something that will do for that week. Maybe not do a teaching, but maybe ask you to look at videos that would target comprehension skills and strategies to teach. So I would look at that. I was thinking, and I remember when I got to this part, I remember thinking, I first was asynchronous, and I thought, no, this is comprehension. We need to be on campus. But guess what? So
Right, I just want to plug, like, it's a day off because everyone should be like.
yes, oh no, that we are going to be doing. Yes, that will do.
Make that your priority for the day.
Yes, exactly, but we will not be here. Obviously, we all need to go and vote, we just make sure that we go to vote. And then, but our lesson will be anytime. So, I usually don't go this long, I usually do break some time a day. But, so, so typically we'll break around. So what's up? So what we did is we go from the to the three. Okay, so let's go then. Oh my God, who wants to be marketing? I don't like people bringing it up, but so we might just be fine. So we need to go into that. It's a very, very, I found it. Yeah. All right, somebody called for a cake and, you eat it and you have it again. So we'll have a very short break for people that have one break and all that, so that people are not going in and out of teaching or what they're doing to do that thing. So everybody can focus. Alright, any questions at all? Maybe you all know really listen. I really look forward to our time together. Enjoy. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, yeah. Thank you. You don't see my face in the world. This is we have things done.